Hello there and welcome. My name is Anna Dalman. Today I have a challenge for you, and if you're a Christian, you need to know this because we all struggle with joy. My challenge is the final solution to establishing joy, the kind that anchors you when life's storms are strong. You need to understand joy in the deepest sense that you can to make sure that your perseverance, everything that anchors you, is going to be that which sustains you. Your understanding needs to be complete on this topic. Now, I remember many years ago when I was still in school. I went to college later in life, so it's when I was still in school, it was, my goodness, I went back in 2005. So it's not too long ago, it's 20 years ago. So about 18 years ago, because of the major transition in my life, my pastor at that time said to me I needed to focus on the joy in my life. And I was in a transition in life. I'd been released from many obligations. I was enjoying myself. I was happy. I liked the way, the direction my life was going in. And so I believed that was the kind of joy he was referring to. It wasn't. The joy that he was talking about is what I want to share with you today. And it's taken me not all this time to get there, because this has been what has been anchoring me over the past 10 years since I've been back in this geographical location. It has anchored my faith through very difficult health crises, through major surgery, through a very long and drawn out recovery from not getting to full recovery. What is the joy that is going to keep you moving forward and honoring the Lord through it? Now, your spiritual growth in this situation is not a once and for all thing. It's something that you have to rehearse within your heart daily, sometimes throughout the day, for you to cling to that joy, to experience it. So there's one verse that I have in 3 different translations written out below for you to look at, and it's Hebrews 12, particularly verse 2, but verse 1 and 2 together. So let me read that for you in the English Standard Version. It is as follows: Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy, there's that word, that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Now, friend, when you're going through something difficult and it makes no sense to you why you're going through a drawn out trial that doesn't seem to have an end in sight for you, what is that joy that you need to cultivate in your understanding to give you that endurance? And endurance is the perseverance. It's abiding in him while you are in the situation you are in. It's bearing up while still in that difficulty, and it's you still staying under his care, under the shelter of his wings, and you're nestled in there tight. Now, friends, you have to often rehearse this with yourself daily. It's for the joy. Christ went to the cross because of the outcome of that, which was his joy. Friends, you are going through a trial as I have gone through difficulties for years. I am going through all of this for the outcome, which will be one of joy. The knowledge of that, and that's the key, the knowledge of that should be sufficient to give you that stability. As I was thinking through all of this, that stability is the peace. And an old hymn came to mind, and I know you know it. When peace like a river attendeth my soul, when sorrows like sea billows roll, when your soul is being attended and fed by the streams, by the river, and you kept calm and it's peaceful and soothed, when those sorrows hit you like sea billows and crash down on you, whatever your lot, you have been taught to say, it is well with my soul. Now, if you look at the other two translations, which I have down below for you to look at for your encouragement, friend, because I want you to get this, it is so important. For the joy of obtaining the prize that was set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame. That's the Amplified Classic. The J.B. Phillips New Standard. For he himself endured a cross and thought nothing of its shame because of the joy he knew would follow his suffering. Friends, do you know the joy that will be following your trials? Either in time or in eternity. Do you know what's coming to you? In my circumstances, I have learned it's the sweetness and fellowship of his presence in my soul which blesses me so greatly. I have up here on my little whiteboard, is he enough? And that, together with everything I've shared with you today, is he enough for you to anchor in and cling to the joy he's teaching us? He's gone before us. He's given us this hope. He's given us this example for the joy set before him. When I am going through a languishing moment, and I remind myself, friends, and that's key, I have to remind myself, for the joy that's set before you, are you going to endure with grace? When you don't want to smile, are you going to endure with grace and put a sincere one on your face and bask in the glory and the joy which you know is coming? Your eternality may be tomorrow. Your eternality may be in 20 years. But are you, through all this time, moving forward for his glory, that his will is revealed, that you can still praise him and worship him despite everything? Is he enough? That's the challenge, friends. So until next time, take care and God bless. And I will be back with some more focus on the one whom we worship. Bye-bye for now.